Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and today I wanted to make another list of 10 more things to do instead of spending money, so I'm going to share that with you now. Excuse any noise. In the background, Potato is playing with me at the same time and he wants me to throw his giraffe for him, so there'll be probably a lot of grunting, but I'm sure you're used to that. So yeah, it was my daughter's birthday yesterday and I really need to clean now. But we have lots of leftover party food, which is nice, and I just had some caramel cake, which was so nice, and I've made a latte. So yeah, if you want to grab tea or coffee and join me, feel free. Number 1 is to start a board game club with friends or family, and you can arrange it so that it is achievable for everyone. Like it could even be like once a month or once every 2 months, but each time someone brings a different game and you get to try new things that you maybe don't already own. And I just really love playing board games with family, and I just think it's always funny and it really helps you connect to each other, and it is like a wholesome thing to do that is far away from screens usually, so that is one that I would like to do more. Number 2 is to go beachcombing and to draw some shells, because I've done this with my kids before and it's really peaceful to just sit. And I remember sitting just like beside the beach on a bench and the kids were like drawing on a wall, and it was just really peaceful, and just like having the background noise as well of the sea, it's just like really calming. And you don't necessarily have to bring the shells home with you, you can just draw them or photograph them while you're there. Make it like a challenge to see who can find the like rarest looking one or the one that is the most unusual. I just think it's a nice activity to do that just slows everything down. Number 3 is to do an unfinished project that you've been putting off doing, and I always have these. Like I have things I shove in the cupboard and I will go back to it after a while, but because there's so many things that I want to do in different like kind of styles of art and projects I'm working on, it's hard to do them all in one go. But most people probably have something set aside that they've started and haven't finished, and if you just like are looking for something to do instead of spending money, it's a good way to do something that feels really satisfying and actually finishing it, and then you can display it. Number 4 is to go and watch and feed the ducks. I like to do this with my kids at a lake near us. I know that a lot of places kind of ban you now from feeding them, but it has a sign and it says you can feed them things like rice and seeds. So if we ever have like leftover rice from dinner, we just bring it and throw it in for them and they devour it. There's just something about spending time feeding ducks. It's so simple, and it's almost like a childlike activity, but I just think it's good for everybody. Number 5 is to do some wildlife photography. You can challenge yourself and go outside with your camera or your phone if you don't have a separate camera, and just like challenge yourself to find things that you think are worth taking photos of. And you can even share the photos online afterwards if you like. You can add them to your Instagram account, or you can post them so people can use them like as royalty-free images. And he's going nuts, sorry. Potato! Yeah, I just think it's a good way to appreciate all the little changes that are happening around you and log them. Number 6 is to dress out of character, and you can use things that you already have in your wardrobe, but just make a strange combination of things that you would never normally put together and see how it makes you feel. Does it make you behave out of character too? Like you can go out and about wearing it and see if anyone has a response to your outfit. And I think when people are brave and they play around with their own wardrobes, it inspires others to do the same. Number 7 is one I love doing at this time of the year. My kids love it too. It's like to go specifically for a blossom walk. And we will walk to areas where we know there are lots of blossom trees, and then my kids just spend time collecting the fallen petals and we just take photos of it. I don't know, there's just something about it that is so uplifting, and I would definitely recommend doing it. And I remember doing it as a kid as well with my mom and granny. So it's one of those wee simple things that it's just memorable, kind of like looking for conkers in the autumn. Number 8 is to put a blanket on the ground outside and lie and cloud watch. I just think it would be a really good way of calming your mind and practicing meditation, and also you can do that game where you kind of look for pictures in the sky and see what images you can find. And there's just something like about staring up at the vast sky, especially when it's like blue with like fluffy clouds. It just makes you realize like that the world can be a good place, and I kind of like to feel like my own insignificance in the world sometimes, because it reminds you that your own problems and stuff aren't that big of a deal. That's something that I used to do a lot more when I was like younger and I didn't have kids, but if you have a spare minute, it's just something really uplifting to do. Number 9 is to think about how you can decorate your house for Easter using only things that you already have lying around, and that could mean like making your own bunting, for example, or making a table display. We have an Easter tree that is like falling apart, but I get it out every year and just try to make the best of it. You could like get easy packs of things like crafts from the pound shop and do like egg painting, and yeah, there's just so many ways that you can be creative and make your home look fresh and spring-like and decorate without spending a lot of money. Number 10 is to take one of your hobbies outside. This is something that I don't tend to do. I will go outside to write, but that is the only thing that I really do outside. I think it would be interesting to try it and see how it feels, and if it changes the feel of the hobby or if it makes you more likely to get immersed in it. I love listening to like sounds of nature and feeling like the wind on my face and stuff, so I think that it could be a really fun thing to do. Obviously, if you're making things like miniature towns out of like paper, that's not the best one to do outside, but like most things you probably could easily enough, like embroidery, cross stitch, drawing. You could do some painting, pottery, like you can just put it on a tray and take it outside with you and work in your garden for a change of scenery. I hope these ideas are helpful to someone and they give you some inspiration for things to do instead of spending money. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and I will make another video soon. Bye.